See you next time.
Thanks, Tamara.
We've got so much more coming up on HSN. Definitely stay with us.
The longest running of all of the Star Trek things was Star Trek Next Generation, Jean-Luc Picard. I think it ran for 7 years, if I'm not mistaken. It was 178 episodes, somewhere right around in there. Forgive me if I'm not.
I will not question you.
Exactly. Yes, thank you.
I will not
somewhere right around in there. Of all of the captains, I think Picard, is probably, well, Captain Kirk kind of started the thing, but Captain Picard was the thing. And of all of those things, the Borg episodes, where he gets turned into a cyborg that you see right there. And that's what this is, Locutus. So it's Captain Picard, Locutus of the Borg, where the Borg tried to make him become, part of the collective, if you will.
Do your boys love this?
My boys love this, yeah.
Yes.
My boys watch the whole Star Trek. We do the whole Star Trek thing. So we have got, this is the 30th anniversary. Now this is an amazingly, yeah, isn't that fantastic? Yeah. That thing pops open.
Is this a limited edition, Mike?
Yeah, 3,000. 3,000. Look at the light up.
Lights up.
Isn't that spectacular that you're going to have in there? 3,000 in the limited edition. Look at that with it. It's got that, and this is the first that I've been able to do of the Next Generation. We've been selling for years the original Star Trek. We did Kirk and Spock, and we did all of those. But now I'm finally able to start selling 2017 the Star Trek. I have Captain Picard and then Locutus. It's kind of the dual coin right there. I think it's the perfect coin. It's the most memorable coin. It's the most memorable part of that. And you're going to have the certificate of authenticity that comes with this that shows you 30th anniversary right here. There's 30th anniversary of Next Generation, certificate of authenticity. Now here's the cool part. It tells you the entire story, the Borg story of the storyline. But then,
just in case you're not familiar.
Just in case you're not familiar. Individually numbered in the certificate. This happens to be coin 2001. Only 3,000 in the limited edition. As you can see, 1 troy ounce, 9999 fine that you're going to have right there. There's the designer. The maximum mintage is 3,000. Of course, obviously sold out instantaneously. We always sell out the Star Trek coins. We've sold out the Kirk and the Spock and the 2 coin sets and the ships and all the stuff. This is my very first look, my very first opportunity to offer you the Jean-Luc Picard. And then, of course, with the dual coin, with the Borg motif in there, with Picard and Locutus. If you've never seen that, you need to watch the Star Trek Next Generation Borg episodes. Yeah, they are absolutely fascinating, absolutely some of the great science fiction, I think, done.
Nice. Yeah. So, I mean, I just think this is that truly collectible coin. If you are that Star Trek fan, maybe it's your kids, it's your grandchildren. My producer checked for me. He said, Dan checked, 93 days until Christmas. So, yeah, Mike's face, you should see it. He's going, oh my gosh.
I'm already behind in shopping.
Me too. No, I've already got a few gifts. I can't believe I'm going to say that, but that's the truth. Any which way, I'm just saying that because with 4 flexible payments, you are going to have, look where I work, Mike.
I understand.
Look where I work. Of course I'm going to be ready early, but don't comment. $34.99 on 4 monthly installments on your credit card to be able to get this at home. The packaging, the certificate of authenticity, where each one is marked so you know where you fall in there for that collectability. And then the packaging, when you open it up, let me just put that down. You have that little button right here that pops open and voila, it lights up.
Isn't that cool?
Very sci-fi.
Mm-hmm. As it should be.
As it should be.
Now, the amazing part about this, of course, once again, and from the coin standpoint, limited edition, there's only 3,000 for worldwide distribution. My goodness, I wish I had all 3,000. I simply, absolutely, positively do not. I simply, absolutely,
if you could have, you would have, wouldn't you?
If I could have, I would have. There's absolutely no doubt about it. This is a guaranteed sellout. Like I said, with a certificate of authenticity, each and every one of them individually numbered to ensure their place within the limited edition. I think we ended up with 250, yeah.
Who knew a little
little piece of plastic could be so much fun. Now, when you apply for the HSN card, instantly get $10 off. It's all about you. Extra flex on the things you love. Now, when you use your HSN card, you get extra flex all day, every day on all jewelry, beauty, and fashion purchases. Plus, no interest VIP financing, VIP easy returns, exclusive offers, all with no annual fee. Apply now. Call 1-800-695-1418 or search HSN card at hsn.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Guy Yovan, and tonight we're bringing you the best of HSN. Hey, are you a coin collector, or maybe you know of a coin collector? You gotta watch tonight's shows. We got Mike Mezak. He's gonna open the vault. He's gonna show you some wonderful coins. You shop with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Everybody's gonna be happy, so sit back. We've opened the vault. Check it out, Mike Mezak with Coin Collector.
Starting off with dogs to begin with.
Yeah, we got the Year of the Dog, which is, you know, and if you follow the Chinese lunar calendar, you know, they have all the year. The Year of the Dog is one of the most popular, if not the most popular. I mean, certainly ahead of the Year of the Rat.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not big on the Year of the Pig.
Or the Year of the Pig.
I think the Year of the Dog's better.
Yeah, and so what happens is, and they actually did a really great dog here. Here's the thing, Year of the Dog's 2018, as you can see right here. So we're ahead of the game. Ooh. Now here's the thing, here's a 2018 coin. They only did 5,000 of these. This was done by the Perth Mint in Australia. They have a long history of doing the Chinese lunar coins that you see here in solid silver. You can see the
German
custom
Shepherd
packaging. That's exactly right, and that's what they did. So they did 5,000 of these coins. It was complete and total sellout from the Perth Mint immediately. We got our allocation, which was 500 coins.
Teeny.
I'm down to 222, and this is my first presentation here at HSN.
Oh, they sold online?
Yeah, hsn.com, of course. I mean, you know, because we have, you know, literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of coins that are only on HSN, so people shop on there pretty regularly, and this was released, I think, about maybe 10 days ago or so, and we're already about halfway through the quantity. As you can see, beautiful silver, solid silver. As you're going to see, there's Queen Elizabeth in Australia. 2018, it's an Australian dollar, as you can see, but the Year of the Dog in solid silver, extremely limited edition. Get it now. It'll sell out long before 2018.
Well, and the 5,000, that means worldwide.
Worldwide, yeah, that's not like our allocation.
Yeah, because sometimes you do your, you know, limited edition first day of issue that you have, right. But that's worldwide 5,000.
Right, and when you're talking about like the Chinese lunar calendar celebrations, I mean, obviously it is far more popular in the Far East. Right. And of course, that's why the Perth Mint makes this, because that's kind of where they're based. But we get a very small allocation. We get probably the biggest part of the allocation for North America is through us. And like I said, we're already half sold through, even though this is my first HSN presentation.
Is there some people who love to collect the lunar coins?
Absolutely. And then, of course, then you have the people who do the lunar collecting, and then you're going to have people who are just dog fans, you know, dog owners.
I love dogs. I think if you're a dog owner, it's kind of cool. Or maybe you have a special dog, and maybe, unfortunately, the doggie has passed away. A lot of my friends consider their dogs kids. Right. So it'd be kind of a neat way to sort of memorialize them in a really special, neat gift. And it is silver, by the way.
This is the 225th anniversary set. This is a set that Mike is really excited about because there's so many special coins in this. Does it come included, the case come included, Mike?
Yes.
Very nice. And you have all these coins.
Absolutely incredible. As you can see, this is the 2017 Enhanced Uncirculated Complete set. Okay, so I'm going to open this up. This is the way the set comes. All 10 coins are going to come in this, as you can see right here. I'm just going to kind of put that right there for now. Let's see if I can move this back just like that, okay? And I'll get to that here in just a second. I want to talk about these coins for a little bit. We're going to spend a little bit of time here. The United States Mint, August 1st, released what they called an enhanced uncirculated set. Enhanced uncirculated is a specific way to make a coin. The United States government, as a matter of fact, very first did the enhanced uncirculated 2013. They did not have the technology to even do enhanced uncirculated prior to 2013. As a matter of fact, prior to this, I think there's only 6 enhanced uncirculated coins in existence. For their 225th anniversary, the United States government made a complete 10-coin set in special enhanced uncirculated. They put it on sale. They made 225,000 sets. They put it on sale. It sold out in 4.5 minutes. It's sold out in 4.5 minutes. Now, that's the regular set, ungraded, uncertified, and all that. And I'll spend enough time and go through several of the coins. I don't have just the set. We have the set certified absolutely perfect. So of those 225,000 sets that were made in existence today in all grading companies, Mint State, EU 70 absolutely perfect sets is far less than 1%. Far less than 1%. As a matter of fact, this, as you can see, is 1,092. We are already 100 sets gone, even though this is our first full presentation of this particular set that you're going to see right here. And so what we talk about a set is all the circulating coins. So it's penny, nickel, dime, half dollar, Sacagawea golden dollar, and then the 5, as you can see, America, the beautiful quarters that go with that as well. So you get 10 certified coins. Now understand, it costs you the better part of $30 just to certify a coin, folks. So understand what this comes down to is you are getting this for virtually the cost of certification. But remember, the certification, the fact that this is absolutely graded perfect, represents less than 1% of the sets in existence. And remember, in coin collecting, as in any collecting, the single most important determining factor of value is what? Condition. The higher the grade, the more it's worth. Always. And these are absolutely perfect. So you have perfect, you have enhanced uncirculated, you have a special set, you have sold out set. We've got it. And by the way, of course, the first day of, that you're going to have right here, first day of issue that we've got in this, that is limited edition of 1,092, is exclusive to HSN.
Oh, is it really?
So absolutely. So you cannot get this anywhere but right here. So all of those things, that's kind of the macro look at it, if you will. I mean, this is an set. It's 60% of all the enhanced uncirculated coins ever made by the United States government. And none of the other coins in 70, most of those are going to run $1,000, well, $300 to $1,000 individually for the other enhanced uncirculated coins, and many of them not even as rare as these coins. But now I want to talk about the individual coins. And let's start right here. This is the coin that has absolutely exploded.
The cent.
This is a Lincoln cent. And I understand it's a penny. What's the big deal, Mike? Well, here's the deal. That is the rarest San Francisco minted Lincoln cent ever made. And they've been making a Lincoln cent since 1909. So from the San Francisco, and that includes the 1909 SVDB, the legendary coin, which in high grade is, I don't know, $25,000, $50,000, $75,000. This is the rarest S-Mint Lincoln cent ever made by the United States government, and the only enhanced uncirculated, that EU, understand that's not a condition, it's a way that they make the coin. They literally use a laser to finish the dies to get this look. This is the only enhanced uncirculated Lincoln cent that's ever been made, and the rarest of all of them in the last 109 years of history here. This is the rarest Lincoln cent made at the San Francisco Mint in the history of the United States Mint. So that coin by itself, I have seen that coin individually sell for as much as $100 or even $125.
I'm not surprised.
So you move right next door to it. You have, of course, the Lincoln, the Jefferson nickel. If you want to collect every enhanced uncirculated Jefferson nickel ever made by the United States government, all you have to do is own this coin, because there's one and only one, and it's this coin right here.
Wow, and you get it.
So you have that, the only enhanced uncirculated penny, the only enhanced uncirculated nickel. If you go to the Roosevelt dime, there is another enhanced uncirculated Roosevelt dime. It was done in the March of Dimes set. We sold all kinds of those coins for $100 to $150 a piece. I don't even have them anymore. So that coin is significant and collectible and desirable. So I'm talking about all these individual coins. Now I'm talking about coins that are $100, $125. You're paying $35 a coin. Okay, you're paying $35 a coin.
And that's just the third coin we got to.
And then you have the Kennedy half dollar. So if you look at that Kennedy half dollar, if you want the rarest San Francisco minted Kennedy half dollar ever made by the United States Mint, you're looking at it right there. It also is the rarest one. They did one other enhanced uncirculated Kennedy in the 2014 set. We sell that coin for $100.
Okay, so
okay?
1, 2, 3, there's $400 right there.
With basically about the same mintage as this.
Yeah.
And then you have down here. Now, in the Native American dollar, they have done an enhanced uncirculated Native American dollar for 4 consecutive years now. But if you take a look, they can range as much as $10,000 in EU70 for this right here. So to get an EU, I think probably the average in there is pretty close to $70 to $125. You're getting that for $34.95. So if you just take a look at the penny, nickel, dime, quarter, half dollar,
yeah,
okay, or not the quarters, but all those, that alone at $349.95, basically $65 a coin, is absolutely a stunning and stupefying value and collectible.
And those are the first 5 coins that you get. Plus, then let's go to the bottom row, because you get all these too.
You know, to my mind, that may well be the most important part of the set. Okay? The most important part of the set. If you're looking at the Washington quarter, which they've been making since 1932, and you want the 5 rarest Washington quarters ever made, you're there.
Wow.
Those 5.
Wow.
Those 5 will get it done right there. Those are the 5 rarest. If you want to collect all of the enhanced uncirculated quarters ever made by the United States government in any way, shape, or form, you would get that done right here as well. As a matter of fact, it is the rarest uncirculated or enhanced uncirculated quarter that the government has made in 100 years. It's the rarest Lincoln cent that the government's made in 100 years, regular uncirculated. It's the rarest nickel that they've made in 100 years. I mean, you have to understand the rarity, the collectability, and the desirability of this set.
Wow, this is a special set.
And now add in, it's 100% exclusive to us. You have 10 certified coins. 10 certified coins. The certification value tends to be about $30 a coin. And I can tell you right now that at this point, less than 1% of all the sets in existence have been certified EU70. So, you know, it's difficult. So you send those in, keep in mind, you know, these are the 70s. What about all the 69s that you have to certify and the 68s? And then we're going to give you the special presentation case as well. Look at this right here. And now you have collectability and desirability on a virtually unprecedented scale. Now add in
really
the rarity.
Yeah, exactly. The rarity just blows my mind. You said less than 1%?
Less than 1% are in 70 like this. Now the set itself sold out from the United States. It's a little unwieldy here
let me help you.
Yeah, there you go.
Let me see what I can do for you.
And it's tough because we know the bright studio lights. The cool thing about these coins is they really jump out. Let me grab this coin. Which one? How about this one right here? I want you to, and look at that coin right there. That's the brand new quarter that's coming out, the Ellis Island. They just had the release ceremony yesterday on this. Okay, so look at that coin. And I know it looks unlike anything that the United States government has done. Now, here's the thing. It's a San Francisco minted coin. That's not proof. That's not proof. It is enhanced uncirculated. So these are the rarest S-minted coins ever made by the United States government. It has this spectacular matte finish. It's got the San Francisco mint mark, and you've got this times 5. You've got this times 5, and so you have a complete and total set in and of itself. I can make a pretty good argument to my mind that each one of these coins should sell for $79.95.
I was going to say, after going through it, I was like,
I could probably make an argument that they sell for $200 a piece.
I was averaging out at 100.
Right, but reasonably so, about $79.95 times 10. So you're looking at, you know, $800. That doesn't even count the box and everything, which is about a $29 value is what my guess is. Custom-made box just for this. So what this spectacular opportunity to own this unique set.
Especially because they're perfect.
And they're perfect. Now, the United States government has made these enhanced uncirculated coins in other denominations, all right? But they've only had one enhanced uncirculated coin in every set. That's it, just one coin in each set. So they did 4 coins in the 2014 Kennedy, but only one was enhanced uncirculated. The entire set is enhanced uncirculated. The entire set. Now, the underlying set of this sold out from the United States government in 4.5 minutes.
Right.
4.5 minutes. He
did this exclusively for us here at HSN.
Nowhere else.
This is an amazing set. And it's all commemorating the 225th, anniversary or birthday, however you want to look at it, of the U.S. Mint in perfect condition and all so incredibly rare. I am so wowed by this one, and so are you, based on what I'm seeing happening in the call volume.
So you can see what they do, and this is how they do the dies. So I'm going to flip this over. They take a laser and finish the dies. And when they finish the dies with a laser, this is what it ends up looking like. And then they do a very special finish so they can get a mirror-proof finish on parts of the coin. And that's what you're going to have right here. That's why the 1 cent is highlighted that you have. So when you look at this, as a set, there's 1,092. Individually, there's 1,092 of each one of these. Like I said, I've seen this coin easily at $100. I've seen people selling these for $100 out there in the marketplace for just the Lincoln cent. I think right now it's the hottest coin in the set, but I think it's going to rotate, and then everybody's going to want this, and then everybody's going to want the half dollar. Then all of a sudden they go, oh, well, I got to have the quarters as well. So if you've been collecting the quarters all along, you have to have this, because if you're at the National Parks quarters, which they've done since 2010, or the beautiful quarters, or the state quarters, which they started in 1999, these are the only ones of those that have ever been done in enhanced uncirculated. So this is absolutely critically part of the collection that you're going to have to build. If you're a Washington quarter collector, you've always tried to aspire to the 1932D or the 1932S. Those were the coins that every single solitary person wanted. But in this high grade like this, there are thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. Every single one of these rarer than the 32D and the 32S. Every single one of these rarer than the 32D and the 32S. And so now you have got the key coins in the Washington Quarter Series. You have the only and rarest S-minted Lincoln cent ever. That includes all the proof coins that they made at the San Francisco Mint from 1968 on. And you have many of those coins that sell for huge premiums. This is the rarest S-minted Lincoln cent since 1909 in the entire history, and the only enhanced uncirculated.
Now I understand why you get so excited about this set.
Right, because it's just so phenomenal to my mind.
So phenomenal and exciting. Collectors, oh my gosh, what a night this is. We've got so much more in store. We've got 3 minutes on the clock on this particular set, and they're going. We've got a couple hundred people ordering as we speak right now. Already about 150 sets have been ordered. So I know a lot of us wait to listen and learn like I do before you make the move, but don't wait. Don't wait on this one. 577-365.
Look at this. So this is the Native American dollar, okay, that they're doing in enhanced uncirculated.
Right.
And we know it. It was called the Sacagawea Golden Dollar until 2010 when they switched to a rotating reverse. So this is only done one time. So this is they're only making it this year right here, and that's Sequoia, as you can see right there.
Sequoia.
That's right. The Iroquois chief that you see right there. That I think was the keeper of the Iroquois language. They had a written language for a long time before we got here, and it's just an amazing coin that celebrates Native American history. And we've done many of these through many of these, and you can see the beautiful matte finish that's included in this.
You know how I feel about these Native American coins,
right? And you're going, well, okay, Mike. You say there's an S mint. Where is it on the Native American dollar? It's on the edge. So you have to look in there. You can see right in there. So the mint mark, the S, is on the edge of the coin. Wow. So it's edge lettered as well. If you take a look at that very first 2013 or 2013 or 2014 enhanced uncirculated Native American dollar, the first ones that were done, you know, those coins in perfect condition, you're looking at $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for those because they were so difficult to get in perfect condition. So we go back to that thing. What is the key to this? Absolute, complete, and total perfection. And that's what we're looking at. And all 10 of the coins are perfect times 10.
I almost feel like this should add a 1 to the front of the, I mean, seriously, perfect condition. I can't imagine how long it takes to find and put a set like this together. Well, how exciting for us.
Well, you buy a set of 10 coins and you send them in and get graded, and this one, and this one's a 70, and this one and this one is a 70, then you get another set, and you might get this one, and then you might get this one. And actually the hardest one in the whole set, as it is right now, is the $half for whatever reason. So we have to send in 5 or 6 or 7 sets. And remember, it's $30 a coin, excuse me, to certify it.
Certify it?
Okay, now that's what people normally pay. We're going to pay less. And here's this. You can pay less too if you want to certify 1 million coins a year with Annex. they'll go ahead and give you a discount. I promise you. Or you have to know somebody that certifies 1 million coins a year. And if you're watching this show, you do. That's me. And that's why I can get you this price right here. Why I can get you in, you know, kind of at the very beginning of the process. Yeah. This is our introductory price. This is our original issue price. This is the wholesale price. You look at that any way that you want to look at it. This is because it's exclusive to us.
The appraised values you see at HSN are set by independent, professionally certified appraisers. They determine, as closely as possible, the approximate retail cost of replacing or recreating the item, not the possible sell or purchase price. Because subjective estimates and judgments are involved, appraisals may vary by as much as 25%. Call your customer service rep for more information.
Hey everyone, I'm Guy Yovan. This is the Best of HSN. Over the next couple of hours, we have collected some of the best coins available out there for you. So if you're a coin collector, you're going to want to check it out. And I wanted to remind everybody out there, don't forget that all the coins come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, and they also come with a certificate of authenticity. So sit back, relax. Mike Mezak's at the helm. 2 hours of coin collecting.
Already 13 of these gone. Okay, already 13 of these gone. Now, I have 950 of these remaining, okay? That may or may not be enough. We may sell all of them right here, right now. I find these two coins to be the most, I think, probably overlooked, undervalued, and underappreciated coins put out by the United States Mint, certainly in the last quarter of a century. The first thing I want to draw your attention to is I've taken one of the coins here and I've put it on its edge. And it says on the coin, 30th anniversary. You see that 30th anniversary? These are from last year. This was the 30th anniversary of the American Silver Eagle. In the history of the United States Silver Eagle, which is the most popularly collected silver coin in the world, there are exactly 2 American Silver Eagles, 2, that have edge lettering of any kind. And these are those 2. We have the proof coin and we have the SP coin. So you get both of those coins. They're both American Silver Eagles from 2016. They're both a full ounce of solid silver, okay? And they were released last year. Now, here's the big thing. Here's the big deal. They were released very, very, very late in the year. Like, I'm about to, next hour, we'll sell the 2017 proof American Silver Eagle. We have that coming up in the next hour. So it come out, and it's actually a little late this year, in March. This came out in October, okay? This coin didn't come out until basically December, the satin finish coin. What that means is these coins are made to order, in essence. And so they came out so late at the end of the year, people were already into the end of the year. They're buying holiday gifts. They're already, from a coin standpoint, starting to get ready for the 2017s, as we had, you know, New Year's Eve Day.
That's right.
I remember we have our Mint State 2017 Silver Eagles. We sold, I think, 12,000 of them or something like that. And so they overlooked these coins. And they shouldn't have, because there's 2 of the most significant coins put out by the United States Mint in the last 25 years. First things first, the United States government has been making the satin finish American Silver Eagle for 10 years. They started in 2006. This is the 10th year of that, the 30th year of the American Silver Eagle. Of all of those satin finish Silver Eagles, this is the rarest. This is the rarest. They've been making the proof American Silver Eagle since 1986. Since 2001, they've been making it at the West Point Mint. I'm going to flip this over. Of all of those regular issue West Point American Silver Eagles, this is the rarest. So what you do is you have 2 coins that just through their rarity alone are desirable and collectible and should be part and parcel of every collection. But it goes far deeper than that. And it's far more important than that, because these are 30th anniversary coins. And designated 30th anniversary coins on the actual edge of the coin. The United States government has had a long history of making anniversary American Silver Eagles. They made a 10th anniversary coin. They made a 20th anniversary coin. They made a 25th anniversary coin, and now they made 30th anniversary coins. However, if we go look and see what I can sell those 10th, 20th, and 25th anniversary coins for you, the 10th anniversary coin is going to cost you, I'm going to sell it to you for about $10,000. The 20th anniversary coin, about $500 or $600, and the 25th anniversary coin I can sell to you for about $1,000. Now keep in mind, In 1995, when the 10th anniversary came out, I sold them for about $99. When the 20th anniversary coin came out in 2006, I sold them for about $99. When the 25th anniversary coin came out in 2011, I sold it originally for about $99, as I'm selling these coins today for $99. However, for the other 3 anniversary coins, that's no longer the case. Instead of 100, they're now 500, 1,000, or 10,000. These, however, are my original issue pricing, and you will get the pair of these for $199.95. That's not each, by the way. That is, you get both coins for $199.95. They are the only one of those $500,000 and $10,000 coins that have edge lettering on them. As a matter of fact, they're the only one of the coins that actually say what anniversary it is on the coin itself. The other ones, you just have to understand that that's the way it is based on the finish that it contained. The 10th anniversary coin, all it had was the very first proof American Eagle with a West Point mint mark on it. That was the only thing that made it special. It's 10 grand. The other ones were reverse proof. They didn't say 20th or 25th anniversary on them. All they did was have a special finish on them. Understand that. Now all of a sudden these come along and they've actually marked the coins. Now in all those other years they made lots of other types of eagles in those years. They made a regular proof and they made satin finish. They made all those different coins. In 2016 all they made was the mint state coin, the proof coin, and the satin finish coin. So that means they are so much and exceptionally rarer than any of the other the anniversary eagles in terms of how many were issued in the year. And then you have this incredibly significant, the only 2 American silver eagles with edge lettering of any kind, let alone labeled from the anniversary itself. So you have that, and then you have the rarity of the coins. This is the rarest satin finish, and this is the rarest proof American Eagle since 2001. So you put those things together, and now all of a sudden you understand the incredible rarity and desirability. Plus, they were made last year, and they weren't released till the very end of the year. They're the fall between the cracks coins, I call them. So they have become so incredibly desirable and so incredibly valuable and so incredibly sought after, yet I still have them at my original issue price. I've never charged less than this. And people always ask me, well, will you get more? And I'm going, yeah, you're darn tootin' I'll get more. I'll sell these forever, hopefully. But they're going to be just like I said when I sold the 20th anniversary coin in 2006, right here on HSN. And I sold it for $99. I said, folks, you're going to get it because I'm going to sell them forever, but I'm never going to sell them for less than $99. And true to form, we sell them for about $500 today. I did the same thing in 2011. By the way, this coin is rarer than that $500 2006 20th anniversary eagle that you're going to have right there. So you put all of those things together and you have collectability on an absolutely massive scale.
Well, we are inviting you to call. As we've talked about, this has been very popular. You have an opportunity tonight to take advantage of FlexPay. If you watch our shows on a regular basis, we are always delighted when we see FlexPay because it is not issued in coin shows as frequently as it would be in other shows. So when we see it, we always encourage you to take advantage of it and capitalize on it. And the story on this is pretty remarkable. I have been working with Mike now for several months, and I myself have invested in these because I listen very carefully and consider myself smart. And if you are ordering this is going to be a terrific choice for you. We should talk about the box that comes with it.
I was about to do that because while I think this is an amazing set, because these are both of the 30th anniversary eagles, they're both edge lettered, it's both a big deal. The United States government just released them in kind of their regular packaging. They didn't do anything special. Now, when they did the 20th and 25th anniversary sets, they did do something special. They made a beautiful blue lacquer box that you see right here that's absolutely stunning that you can see. I mean, it is special. I have some left over from the 25th and the 20th anniversaries. So I'm going to go ahead, and while the government didn't have the foresight to put these in there for you, I'm going to go ahead and do that, if you don't mind. So you're gonna do, and I love the way they did this. They're very ingenious. See, you can see it has like a little 45-degree angle, and then there's a big magnet that goes across the middle of that. So to display it, all you do is push that down, and it holds itself up, just like that. It says United States Mint. We sell these boxes empty for $29.95. We sell these boxes all day long for $29.95 empty. We have, and here's the thing. People are going, so what's the deal with these? I mean, you've got these coins. They're spectacular. Why are you selling them for this price? And I said they took the collecting world by surprise. However, they didn't take me by surprise and us here at HSN. Because I've been doing this for such a very long time, it's not the first time I've seen something like this happen where it got released late at the end of the year. So basically, we went long on these, to say the least. What I mean by that is if you look at the mintage of this coin right here, we purchased, I'm guessing we purchased about 15 to 20% of the entire mintage. Now, they made 163,000 of these coins, 168,000 of these coins in 2016. We bought somewhere around 25,000 of those coins because I knew it was going to be good. I knew it was going to be the best of the best. I knew this was going to be an absolutely, positively incredible opportunity for everybody out there. We did the same thing with the proof coin. This is the rarest satin finish coin put out by the United States government ever. This is the rarest proof American Eagle basically in the last 20 years, folks. And then on top of that, they're the anniversary coins, 30th anniversary that you see right here. We've put them in the special box. It's an incredible, incredible opportunity for you to be able to pick these up. And I'm down to my final quantities. As you can see, I've got about 875 left. I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people on the phone. I've got hundreds of people on the phone at this point because they're taking advantage. Many people buying multiples on this. Remember, if you were to buy the 10th anniversary American Silver Eagle, it'd be $10,000. The 20th anniversary American Silver Eagle. Understand, you know what that's going to cost you? The 20th anniversary American Silver Eagle is going to cost you in the basically $500 to $600 each. For one.
I worked here in 2006. Why didn't I get that?
Why didn't you get it? You should have.
I should have.
And then 2011, $99. Now that coin's $1,000 they had originally sold it. That one might have been $129. That was very hot coming right out of the chute. And you understand they crashed the US Mint website. So now you have the opportunity to get these because like I said, we went long on these. I said this is going to be one of the most significant coins put out by the United States government in the last quarter century. I truly believe that. So when I see that, and when I see that opportunity, we jump on it. And then when I do that, then I give you the opportunity to take advantage of the same thing that I did. And so we're holding this price. Look, we're giving you, by the time, if you value the box at $29.95, that makes these $85 a piece. I've never sold an American anniversary Silver Eagle for $85, never. Never even close. It's never even been close to that. The lowest price I've ever sold them for in the original issue is $99. And then today, those coins are $500, $1,000, and $10,000, the three other anniversary coins, the 10th anniversary, 20th anniversary, and 25th anniversary. So understand what your opportunity is here. Now, with that, you see it's $824, but with all the people on the phone, it's probably closer to about $600 or $500. Keep in mind, I am running down, well, I bought 25,000 of these coins. Okay, well, I bought 25,000 of these coins. They're going extraordinarily quickly. You have hundreds of them going right here.
Every time.
With this. It's absolutely an incredible, incredible opportunity.
So our item number is 543996. A little over 40 seconds remaining on the clock. Don't forget that when you shop with us at HSN, we give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. Love it or return it, so you always have an out. But as Mike has mentioned, very popular. You can also choose to shop with us on our website, hsn.com. There you can see the entire assortment, which is wonderful. But don't miss it. Don't miss your chance to grab it.
And I want to do one thing as we're getting ready to go here. The two West Point mint marks means that these were the two presentation coins from last year. So you've got the rarest West Point minted regular issue American Silver Eagle. You've got the rarest satin finish American Silver Eagle. You've got the 30th anniversary. The only 2 American Silver Eagles that are edge lettered and in any way, shape, or form. The only 2 American Silver Eagles of any of the 5 anniversary Eagles that are actually labeled on the coin itself that it is a 10th anniversary, 20th anniversary, or 25th anniversary. Please understand that. So by the time you put all of those things together, these become one of the most collectible pairs of coins that we have ever been able to offer here. Like I said, hundreds and hundreds of folks on the line, 782 of these remaining, hundreds already gone. Folks, take advantage. Remember, come in the custom presentation
Absolutely.
box. So you have this, and so people are going, oh, come on, a Mint State 69 2015 Eagle. By the way, we sold 16 of them so far.
Yeah.
Okay, this is really the first time I've ever did it in prime time.
Oh, wow.
In quite some time. So this whole thing started with the Freedom of Information Act. I talked about this. The United States government has been making Silver Eagles in secret at the Philadelphia Mint since 2015, 16, and 17, at the San Francisco Mint in 2016 and 17. This is the coin that created the frenzy.
Right.
Because when they released the mintage figures, it was almost unbelievable that you had this 79,000 in terms of the limited edition. I do have this in a Mint State 70. Perhaps we can flash that here in a minute. There's $4,599.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I have that at $4,599. This is the Mint State 69. So the entire mintage is 79,640, making it by far the rarest Mint State American Silver Eagle. It's not even close. Functionally, there's far less than that. Functionally, it's actually rarer by far than the 1995 W American Silver Eagle, the one that we showed you, that $32,000 coin. This coin is functionally rare. There are less of these in existence in holders than there are of the 1995 Ws. That's just the fact of the matter, because these are so phenomenally difficult to get. Then the mintage of the 1995 W was 31,000, but all of those coins are in essence accounted for.
Right.
Okay, for this coin, 79,000, the vast majority of them have disappeared. And I'm going to tell a part of the story that I've only ever told here on air one time. I can personally tell you why most of them are gone.
Okay.
We do our today's special value at the beginning of every year. In 2015, when we did our today's special value, we have to buy literally hundreds of thousands of American Silver Eagles. We buy them by the pallet, literally pallets, thousands of pounds of Silver Eagles. One of the pallets that we got in for 2015 was curiously labeled as Philadelphia Mint. It was part of these 79,000 coins. We had no idea what it meant at the time. We opened them up and we certified them for our today's special value, West Point Mint, because that's where we assumed they were all made. We did not have this information.
Right.
And we opened up, of those 79,000, we had about 35,000 of them. And we opened up all of them, but for 4 boxes. We certified as many as we needed, and we had 4 sealed strap boxes left over off that Philadelphia Mint pallet. We have a deal with another coin dealer, a longtime friend of mine, and he buys all the extra boxes.
Gotcha. Okay.
So he bought the boxes from 2015, and we shipped them to his store. Okay. When this information comes out, I call him up and I said, by the by, do you happen to have the 4 boxes of 15s that we sold you? He says, I do. I said, I believe you'll be pleasantly surprised if you check the serial numbers on those, because we anticipated that those would be. And indeed, of the 11 boxes extant that had been discovered, we had 4 of them through him. They were his boxes. Now, we only had to pay about 20 times what we sold them to him for, but that's okay. He was very fair with us. Right. And that gave us the opportunity. So I have basically an unfettered line of possession of these coins, okay, from 2015 till today. And while the United States Mint is doing everything in their power to obfuscate the situation and say, well, we don't know this, don't know that, we had the Philadelphia Mint pallet. I know what we had, okay? I know the coins that we had. I know that the serial numbers match. I know that the interior documentation matches. I know all of those things, okay? And I have got as solid a line of provenance as anybody in the industry through sheer luck. Just literally through sheer luck.
Exactly. What are the odds?
I don't know.
I mean, what are the odds?
And because we bought our coins on the East Coast.
Okay.
Most of the coins you see what I'm saying at West Point Mint.
Yes.
You buy on the West Coast and they go through other ways. Since we bought them on the East Coast, they went right there and we bought them out of New York.
Yeah.
Okay. And that authorized purchaser got the Philadelphia Mint coins and just shipped them to us. He didn't know. We didn't know. We opened up.
Yep.
So I know for a fact that there's not 79,000 of those extant because we opened up about 35,000 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, of course, everybody else opened them up because those boxes got opened up.
Right.
Okay? Those boxes got opened up because what happens with this is there's no mint mark on them. So once you open the box, and understand most people don't buy 500 Silver Eagles.
No.
So they have to open the box, okay, and sell them by the roll, by the coin.
Right.
That's the way most people buy them. That's the way most people sell them. The United States government does not sell them directly to the general public. They only sell them through these authorized purchasers, okay? Right. It's the only way to get them. What I'm going to do is I'm going over here and I'm grabbing the box. To show you, and it's funny, people always ask me, you make this bizarre little I always go like this. Because that's how big they are.
It is.
Okay? That's how big it is. And we call these in the industry, these are called green monster boxes. They've always been called green monster boxes.
Oh, wow.
Okay? And for silver, they're green.
Okay.
For gold, they're red.
Oh, okay.
So and the gold box is the same size, so 500 ounces of gold in the gold box.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, do that math.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got this right here. So this is the box where the serial number would have matched. The straps would have been on them.
Right.
Okay. All of that important. And once it meets all of those standards of provenance, in other words, where it comes from, then and only then does it go into one of these holders. And I have it on pretty good authority. I've spoken, obviously, to Annex, and they've spoken, PCGS and NGC have done basically kind of a market survey, and they determined, because of the value of these boxes, that all of the boxes that exist have been discovered.
Right.
Because as soon as you realize if you check your serial numbers and you had the right one, it was worth $250,000, everybody kind of checked the box.
Yeah, exactly. Can I ask you a question, though? Yeah. When you open that sealed box, are you guaranteed that every one of those coins will be a 69?
No, worry 70, no. Because the Mint does not do, and particularly the Philadelphia Mint wasn't used to making Silver Eagles. So their coins weren't that good.
Okay.
Okay, because they didn't have the experience that the West Point Mint made. They're used to making other kinds of American Silver Eagles, is what it comes down to. So I'm down to my final 600 coins. And there's only going to be, there'll be less than 5,000 coins of these in existence. If we may, can we go to the 1995W? We had that again. That is the coin that, in terms of collectability, desirability, mintage, availability, that this most closely mirrors in the American Silver Eagle family. And that coin, and we have it on hsn.com, we'll get to it perhaps here in just a second, $32,995. Now, it's in 70 condition. In 69, it's only about a $10,000 coin. So, yeah, I understand. But that's the class of coin that this is. There it is in Mint State, or in Proof 70, right there. $32,995 is what we have in Annex, and it is extraordinarily rare in Annex. It's even rarer in Annex than it is in PCGS or NGC.
So in terms of rarity or availability, that's the closest analogy that we could make.
I think so, because given the 79,000 limited edition, which makes it the second rarest Silver Eagle overall by mintage.
Okay.
Okay. By mintage, it's the second rarest Silver Eagle. The special issue 25th anniversary Eagle, they did 100,000 of. And all 100,000 of those are in existence. There's none missing, okay? So not only by mintage is this the second rarest, but functionally it may well, could easily be the rarest. Okay, they only exist certified, which I think is fantastic. So it reduces your chance of being, in essence, ripped off. Is what it ultimately comes down to. So that's what your deal is. That's what your opportunity is, and that's what you have here in front of you is your opportunity to own the first of these secret Silver Eagles, the rarest of the secret Silver Eagles, the rarest of these coins that the United States government desperately, at all costs, did not want you to know even existed. Well, now you have the opportunity to own those coins. Now you have the opportunity to own those
Absolutely,
coins.
but only for a handful, for a select number of you.
There's so many things to love about HSN, but one thing that makes shopping here fun is FlexPay. Get it home now without the stress of paying all at once. Why pay full purchase price today when you can pay over time? Buy what you want now, pay it off later with your credit or debit card. FlexPay. It's that easy. Exclusively at HSN.
Hey, I'm Guy Yova, and this is the best of HSN. So we've been showing you some really great deals on coins. If you're looking for other deals on coins, all you got to do is go to hsn.com. Check out what we got there. We've got them all listed out. We've got new arrivals. We've got which coins have FlexPay available, and much, much more. So make sure you check out hsn.com, and let's rejoin HSN's professional coin collector, Mr. Mike Mizek.
The 1986 Statue of Liberty, two-piece, and this is a proof coin set at $49.95. We are doing 2 FlexPay on this, and it's $24.98. And this looks like, and I want to double check because Mike's the boss, original government packaging. Yes. So this is in original government packaging.
For the 100th anniversary of the Statue of Liberty, the United States government made a special commemorative silver dollar. This is actually a silver dollar. In 1986, the United States Liberty coins. Made in 1886, it was set the Statue of Liberty. 1986, it is the silver dollar and the commemorative half dollar in the original government packaging for $49.95.
That's
understand, to give you a
spectacular.
silver dollar. In 1986, the United States government made the American Silver Eagle. First started the American Silver Eagle. I can't sell you that coin for $49.95, let alone the commemorative dollar commemorating the 100th anniversary of the Statue of Liberty and the commemorative half. I sell this all day long. I sell these half dollars right here for $29.95 all day long when we can get them. And that's one of the reasons I don't get these is because people break them up because individually, they go $49.95, $29.95, and then boom, just like that, you're $80. But I have them, and in the original government packaging. So here's the original government box that they come in, just like this, with the United States Liberty coins, as well you can see. Comes in the U.S. Mint packaging, just like it was done in 1986, and it's got this kind of velour on it. The coins are just like this. By the way, you can pop them out if you want to look at the reverse of the coin. This is a United States silver dollar, okay, and it has the inscription on the that's on the Statue of Liberty. Give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. So there you have, and this is the thing, and as I put that in there, I got to put that. So there's the Statue of Liberty looking back out. Now this, looking out to Ellis Island, okay, sorry about that. This, the reverse of the half dollar, is Ellis Island looking back into New York, okay, at the time.
Oh, look at that.
So there you have, and that's the half dollar. You get both of these, the silver dollar, the commemorative half dollar. You get both of these in the original government packaging for $49.95. Folks, it takes me, whenever I bring these out and we sell these, it usually, like I said, I put 5 minutes up there, and it takes me about 4 to 6 months to get enough of these
to come back
so that I can bring them back because they are so phenomenally, incredibly, amazingly already every phone line's gone. People are buying multiples. I mean, because they did this coin, but they did it in a lot of different ways. But in the 2 coin set, it's the rarest format where you get not only the silver dollar, and remember, this is silver, not like silver plated or anything. This is an official United States government silver dollar. And by the way, folks, it's the proof dollar as well. So they made this as uncirculated, so you have the proof finish in this. I want to flip that half dollar back around, as you can see. So there's the Statue of Liberty in its 2 looks, and you can see right there, United States Liberty coins right up there with the government seal. You get both coins, $49.95 with the original government packaging, folks. And as you can see, these are going crazy.
Everybody's
buying multiples of these.
Yeah, and again, the item item number is 389062. You can write that down. This is so affordable at $49.95. But we're also doing FlexPay. There's no interest and no fee to do FlexPay. You put down $24.98, and that's on any major credit card, the credit cards you already have, and we're going to send these out to you. Original government packaging. We're kind of peeking around the corner to the holidays. I always think this is an amazing gift of history, and you know, my parents are both college professors. I think they use so many different things as teaching opportunities, and I feel like coins are just, it's history, and there's a story, and
particularly this, and then you get the intrinsic value, the fact that it's silver, okay, you got a silver dollar.
Through Ellis Island, like so many of you and everybody.
And you. Yeah, right, exactly. You know, so that's exactly what it is. And then to have this from the time period with the original government packaging, and then look, I get that, but you know, $69, $79, $89, you know, you understand it. But at $49.95,
that's like a no-brainer.
1986 Proof American Silver Eagle from the same year. We sell them here all the time. $179.
Yeah.
Okay, $179. This coin is actually a little bit rarer. Okay, then that coin's $100 more.
Yeah.
This coin in the original government packaging, if I sold just this coin, if I didn't give you the $50, I could take the $50 out and sell that for $29.95 because I have all day long. So here's the problem, folks. I have less than 200 remaining with everybody on the phone. You know, I don't.
We don't know.
If they're buying multiples, we may not have enough as it is.
And you have a primetime show later, and then this
won't
might
even.
be
I've never had enough of these to sell in the primetime. I would need 2,000.
It always goes away.
I would need 2,000. Yeah. I mean, we had 250 of these, and we're going to sell it at you know right here. 1991, the government does started doing commemorative dollars. So I have the Mount Rushmore dollar right here.
Right.
And you can see the even has the United States, the original thing that's just a little piece of paper that tells you it's the proof coin. So you have the commemorative $50, the commemorative dollar, and the commemorative $50. The $50, I've sold these. We sell them all the time because it is the only. We have a Buffalo dollar. There's Buffalo nickels.
Yes, I've seen those.
There's Buffalo quarters.
Yeah.
There's one Buffalo $50. You're looking at it right here. This is it right here. You're looking at the only Buffalo $50 that was done for the Mount Rushmore, and there's Mount Rushmore on the other side.
Why is why is that always the most popular? Why?
Well, I mean, you know, it's a pretty cool thing. You ever been there?
I actually have not been there. I have not seen that in person.
It's one of the most imposing monuments that you could ever go look at in your entire life. It is truly amazing.
Yeah, people that I know have been there who say, how on earth did they do that?
Right,
like, you know,
exactly. Well, I mean, it was a lot of work for over a lot of time.
Very dangerous.
Now, while I had 250 of the Statue of Liberties, I have 150 of the Mount Rushmore.
Oh boy, this is even going to be quicker.
And here's the reason that this is so phenomenally difficult for me to get. Because I can and have many times. I am personally responsible, sad but true, for probably opening up 1,500 of these sets. Because I can quite easily get $49 or $59 or $69 for the $50, because it is the only Buffalo $50 that has ever been made by the United States government. And then you still get the silver dollar from Mount Rushmore, okay? Wow. You still get a Mount Rushmore silver dollar that goes with that. So let me flip this up right here so you can see. Here's the Mount Rushmore. Now, this is the 50th anniversary of Mount Rushmore. So we're now at the 75th anniversary of Mount Rushmore. So 1990, so you can see, so now we're at the 75th anniversary. We've gone on. Yeah. And I guess the next one will be the 100th.
If you have any.
Yeah, that's right, yeah, is what we're looking at. Well, so once again, all original government packaging. You have obverse, reverse, you've got all that. You've got the, I love that they put the little seal on there. Folks, these are going so amazingly quickly. So this was released, like I said, so this was made in 1991. So this is a 25-year-old set. This is a 25-year-old set, and in some ways it breaks my heart to sell this. And I don't know, Allison, you can look and see the last time we sold this. I don't suspect I've sold this set.
March 2017.
March 2017.
Yeah, that's the last time we had it.
That's about right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just months and months and months, and I bet you I didn't have 150 of them.
Yeah.
Is what happened.
Well, you don't now either.
Yeah, we don't now either. Yeah, that's right. With everybody on the phone, I've got 4 dozen.
Yep. So it's going
I've got
very
4
quickly
dozen.
too. And we also have FlexPay on this.
Yeah.
So $44.98, we're gonna mail it to you. And there's no interest to use FlexPay. It's like taking the total, cutting it in half, and you give us half, and it's not like layaway, you get your product
See, look at
right
this,
away.
Certificates of authenticity.
Oh, look at that.
Everything.
I love the
See how
original
this
government
goes like
packaging.
this?
I feel like the whole
It
experience.
goes like this.
Yeah.
What we call OGP, original
Yep.
government packaging. Okay.
1995 Proof Civil War commemorative 2-coin set
This
at
is the tough one of the bunch because they're so popular and they're very, very rare. So once again, the Civil War commemorative from 1995, okay?
You had a few of these last March.
Last March I had a few.
I had a few of them in March.
$69.95. Once again, this is the proof. You get the silver dollar and the half dollar that you're going to have right there. The Civil War commemorative from the United States Mint 1995 that you're going to have Confederate troop, Union troops over there that you're going to have, like I said, 69 sets is all that I have. Yeah, it's very, very difficult.
Yeah,
because what happens is these are proof coins, and what happens is when you have a coin that's basically 20-something years old, if I take that out of here, the coin is absolutely perfect, but the lens has been protecting it for 20 years. And there is some of the stuff. Look at that, just absolutely.
Look at the mirror
history.
finish. I mean,
oh, it's absolutely stunning. They're absolutely beautiful, stunning mirror finish proof coins. Like I said, the lens is 25 years old, and so there is the silver dollar.
Yeah, these have never kind of kissed the air.
Yeah, right, exactly, because they're in these airtight holders, and I love the cannon that's on the reverse of that. Isn't that fantastic? And once again, the 1995 Civil War commemorative, rarely do I have these in the 2-coin set with this. Very, very difficult to get. Mintage on these is so minuscule.
Yeah.
So if you look at this, if you look at some of the mintages out there for specific coins, and the United States proof set. So the 1995 United States government proof set, which I would sell for close to this, it doesn't have either one of these coins in it. They made, I think they made about 1 million coins, about 1 million sets. This, I think the entire mintage of the 2-coin set is like, I don't know, 60,000 or 80,000, something like that in the 2-coin set.
That's it.
So very, very difficult to get. And like I said, look at the beautiful certificate of authenticity.
Yeah.
The Civil War battlefield commemorative coins.